hired that man because he was an interpreter. And he had a TV station and blah, blah, blah. I said, I got to get close to him. I want to learn from him. So I began to call his office asking for a job, but there was no job. One day, someone called me and said, we have a job here. You can be the doorkeeper of the TV station. I said, that's good for me. I'm closer. So I went to be the doorkeeper. And I found a very old book on the floor called The Miracle Book in English, written by Maurice Cerullo. I got the book, began to read. And for some reason, I began to understand. Some phone calls began to ring. There in my desk, people calling from America. Johnny Lamb. Have you heard about him? And I had to then type some emails for him. My boss would dictate, and I would type. And then God gave me English like that. And then my ministry began because of the English that I never expected. And I end up in the Church of God in Christ. Have you heard about it? A Baptist preacher was the key interpreter for Kojic in Brazil. And his wife was in labor, and he could not be with Bishop Samuel Moore. He said, Aeneas, can you help me go there translate for Bishop Moore? So I translated for Bishop Moore. And then he gave me a prophecy the second time I met him. He said, the Lord is saying you're going to be a pastor in our church. And I was a part of another ministry. I was a bass player in another church, just serving Kojic as interpreter. And I was bold. I said, okay, Bishop, I'll come to your Kojic if my pastor decides to join Kojic. Guess what? My former pastor, has the largest Kojic in Brazil. 600 members. But I began to travel with people that speak English. Americans, preachers that would come. I would travel with them, translate for them. Sometimes I would even iron some shirts for preachers. He'll handle their bags, take them to the airport. And then I began to ask the question, okay, God, it's good to know the airport. I know several airports in Brazil. What comes next? Then because I became Kojic, I said, I'm going to AIM Convention in 2004. The American Consulate said, no, you're too young to be a pastor. Then I went a second time. I'm going to the Centennial, Azusa Street Centennial. No, you speak good English, you're going to send some money for your family. You're going to work in America. Then I went a fourth time, invitations to preach overseas. Steps hinder your progress. Neither your past, neither your frustrations, neither the success of your brother or your sister. Neither your past, neither your future, neither that you're going through. Keep pressing. Jerusalem waits for you. Keep pressing. It is there. Give your total to God, and He will establish you in His perfect will. It may hurt, you may cry, you may be betrayed, you may weep, but He told us in the Word, you shall have some afflictions, but be of good cheer. I overcome the world. Keep pressing. The Word says that because Jesus was obedient, He was glorified. Because He was obedient, I was justified. Because He was obedient, God was magnified. Because He was obedient, His name was exalted above every name. And every knee shall bow, every tongue confess that Jesus is Lord for the glory of God the Father. He is Lord. So keep pressing. Because of Abraham's obedience, God was able to prove that they really loved the Lord. Keep pressing. Because of the boldness of Esther, she was able to deliver her people. Keep pressing. I said keep pressing. Because of Joseph, he stood those 13 years of pain. He was prepared to rule. I said keep on. Keep pressing. Your effort and your dedication towards your sacrifice will prepare you for progress, advance, and fulfillment in life. Keep pressing. Forget whatever is behind. Press towards the mark. You're getting closer to your place of worship. You're getting closer to your Jerusalem. If the Samaritan is saying, oh, don't care about it, pray for them instead of praying for them to die. Okay? Just ask God, give me strength to move forward, to fulfill that you have placed in my heart. It's so simple. It's not simple. It's so simple. It's not simple. Door after door. Closed doors. Denials. You know, sometimes we preach about Joseph. I love to preach about Joseph. And it's so good because you know that after the 41st chapter, Joseph is good. He becomes a ruler. But you know, what do you do when you are Joseph?